Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope your day is off to a fantastic start. In today's video, I want to share a perfume declutter. So this past weekend, the spring cleaning bug bit me a little bit early and I headed into the master closet. I know that there is some clothing that I am finally ready to let go of and donate. But also another reason for starting with the master closet is that I've gotten some requests to share my perfume collection and I do want to film that, but before filming that, I wanted to go through and dust, because it has been a few months since I have gone through the perfume collection and dusted off all the bottles. And two, I know that there was quite a bit in there that I really wasn't actively reaching for. And I have a rather large collection, not as large as some people's perfume collections, but it's pretty substantial. And in all honesty, it's really difficult for me to finish perfumes because I do like to change it up every single day. I don't necessarily wear the same fragrance every day of the week. Sometimes I do, but a lot of times, you know, I'll just wear something for a couple days in a row and then switch it up. It just kind of depends on my mood, right? Like, this is why I actually love having a decently sized collection, is that it gives me options depending on what the vibe is for the day. Anyway, when I do perfume declutters, which I have actually done a number of times in the past, but I don't think that I've ever shared what I have decluttered. I have always put those perfumes into a little bag, and then when my girlfriends come over to visit, I let them look through that little bag of perfume and they're allowed to basically take whatever they want. I actually have the same policy with candles, where if I grow tired of a fragrance and I'm not able to return it, which honestly I don't really do with candles anyway, I just put them into a box, and then when friends and family come over and they're like, hey, you got any candles? I can say, go in my office, check out the box, take whatever you want. So I love sharing with my friends. And another thing that has really become sort of a neat, I guess, thing in my life is that my daughter, who is almost 12, is really getting into beauty products as well. She's definitely limited in what I allow her to wear in terms of makeup and that kind of stuff. But one of her other areas of interest has become personal fragrance. And it really warms my heart that she's into this kind of stuff, because I love being able to share that with her. And I know that she's been in my closet kind of checking some certain fragrances out. And these are fragrances that I'm really not personally reaching for on an active basis. And so I thought, why not pass some of these along to her? She's probably not going to pick all of these, but the ones that she does not pick, again, are gonna go in the bag for friends to check out. So do you declutter your perfume collection from time to time? You know, perfumes are definitely expensive, and for me, my policy right now, just to prevent having to do a lot more of these declutters in the future, is to actually purchase travel sizes whenever possible. That way, if I really love a certain fragrance, once I finish that travel size, I can totally go and purchase the full size if it's something that I think I'm going to love for the long term. But honestly, I've broken that rule a few times here and there, just with some fragrances that I've known that I would absolutely love to have in my collection for an extended period of time. But I try really hard to stick to the travel sizes for the time being. I love reviewing fragrances here on my channel. I think it's such an interesting genre here on YouTube that I'm really getting into myself. And so filming these videos is just a lot of fun for me. And I currently have a Sephora cart that has about 5 or 6 travel sizes that I will plan on picking up during the upcoming Sephora spring savings event. I believe that's actually going to be happening at the beginning of April, which, crazy enough, is just right around the corner. We're more than halfway through February at this point, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and wait for my 20% discount. But I'm really excited to review all those fragrances for you, and I definitely for this one, I am going with travel sizes. So anyway, I want to take you guys through these fragrances that I am decluttering. Some of them, I'm just not really personally like drawn to these scents anymore. Some of them, again, I know that my daughter really is into, and so, you know, I want her to be able to have them as well. So let's go ahead and dive through this little basket here. I know that there's actually a few more things that I could probably pop in here, but I don't like to like be super aggressive with my declutters at first. If something is an immediate reaction of, yeah, I could do without that, I definitely put it in the basket. But if I have even an inkling of like, I think I still kind of like it, then I just keep it. And that way, in another maybe like 6 months, if I go back in and look through the collection, I can say, oh, actually, I haven't reached for that at all. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. So let's get into it, you guys. First of all, there are a ton of perfume samples that I am passing along to her. So whenever I place a Sephora or Ulta order, there's a ton in here. And honestly, I still had more. I should just give her all of these, to be totally honest. These would be really easy for her to finish. But there is everything in here from Juicy Couture to Tom Ford. Like there's not much left in this one, but this is Tom Ford Black Orchid. I've got Jimmy Choo, Marc Jacobs. There's Givenchy. Oh my gosh, what is this? Viktor&Rolf. So, you know, I mean, obviously, when you place orders at Ulta or Sephora, oftentimes they will just pop samples or 100-point perks into your order. So that is how I ended up with all of these, and I'm just not reaching for them really. So I figured I'm gonna pass these along to Stella. She can use these up pretty quickly, and there's some really fun things in here, and it will kind of allow her to play with fragrance, see how it does with her body chemistry. I'm kind of trying to educate her on perfume as well, so that, you know, when she gets to an age where she earns enough money to purchase these things herself, she kind of has a sense of what to look for, so that she's not buying things that she's eventually, like her mama, gonna potentially declutter. So, all right. I have 3 travel sizes here that I am going to be passing along. The first one is Skylar Fresh Vibes. This one here it's a nice scent, but honestly, in terms of personal fragrance preferences, I like a spicy perfume. I love amber, I love patchouli, I love vanilla, big fan of vanilla, really love gourmand scents, and it's the fresh scents for me that I'm not really a massive fan of usually. So there is about 2/3 of this particular roller ball left, so I figured see if she likes it. Here is another Skylar. This is Sweet Incense. I believe that both of these were actually limited edition. I think I got these from the Skylar website. And Sweet Incense is actually kind of nice, but I just didn't ever really feel myself reaching for it super often. You can see that like the vast majority of the bottle is remaining here. And before it goes bad, I'd like for someone to have a chance at this. I don't think Stella's gonna like that one, but we'll see. I'm actually kind of curious to see what out of here she's really drawn to. I know a couple of things for sure, but there's a few that I was like, maybe, maybe not. This next one here is Juliette Has a Gun. This is Now, I reviewed this, and I don't know what it is about this one. It does okay with my body chemistry, but I just don't really like this. It's definitely sweet. It also has a very musky vibe to it, but it just doesn't really speak to me. So as we know, Juliette Has a Gun is it's kind of a spendier perfume, so this isn't necessarily a regret purchase here, but I'm definitely glad that I didn't purchase the full size to start out with, because By the time that I got to the halfway point with this, I was like, yeah, I don't know, I'm not feeling it. So I just kind of pushed it towards the back, and it deserves to be used. Someone's gonna enjoy that scent. All right, I have an alt fragrance that I am passing along here. Now, I really love Tom Ford Bitter Peach, but Tom Ford isn't cruelty-free, so I think I'm still kind of on the hunt for a dupe of Tom Ford Bitter Peach. If you have one, let me know. But this one here from Alt, I don't know if it just doesn't vibe with my body chemistry. I like the way that it smells in the bottle, maybe a little bit more than when I spray it on my skin. I mean, it's okay, but I don't love this. So I'll be curious to see who picks this out for sure. Yeah, it's definitely my least favorite alt fragrance that I have tried. So no need to just store that for all eternity and then have it turn and not get any use. All right, I have a Tokyo Milk fragrance here. Now, I did kind of reach for this last year at a point in time, and this one here is the, what's this one called? Le Petit 02. This is lily, peony, vanilla bean, and violet petals. So it is a vanilla base, but something about this at this point in time just doesn't really grab my attention anymore. I don't think that I like the violet in this one. So yeah, there's still just about half of the bottle left. So this can get some life somewhere else. Next, I have a fragrance that was actually sent to me as PR. This is Hue by Hayley Kiyoko. This is actually a really beautiful, lovely floral. It's kind of a light, pretty, young, fresh scent. And this is one of those fragrances that I know Stella is going to adore. And so I figured this would be a great one to pass along to her. It's light, it's pretty, it's not overpowering. I think it's a great fragrance for a young girl or a young lady, if you will. But it just, like, I like it, but I don't love it. So if I don't love it, no need for me to hang on to it. It is nice if you're into light florals, light, clean, kind of fresher florals. I think you'd really enjoy this one. But for me, I think I'm able to let go of this one. So, all right. I have several Dossier fragrances in here, and it was kind of hard for me to get rid of these Dossier fragrances because as far as like dupe companies go, Dossier has definitely been one of my favorites. They have sent me some perfumes in the past as PR, but I have also purchased a number of Dossier fragrances myself. And I think they do such a great job with a lot of different fragrances in terms of duping them. Some of them are a little bit more spot on than others, but one of the things that I appreciate most about Dossier is that one, they're cruelty-free, and two, I find that the lasting power of these fragrances and the overall projection on my skin is just absolutely fantastic. So quality-wise, for the price point, I think these are amazing. Dossier perfumes start, I think, around $29 and go up to, I think it's like $49. So way less than their high-end counterparts that are being duped here. But I have a lot of Dossier fragrances, and there were a few that I just wasn't reaching for actively. And honestly, I still have a couple. And by a couple, I actually mean like a few. I have 4 boxes of Dossier fragrances that I purchased a while ago that I still have not gotten around to reviewing for you guys. So since I'm bringing 4 more fragrances in, I had to get rid of at least 4. But the great news is that I actually managed to find 6 that I was willing to let go of. So let's go through them. Okay, the first one, and I do not remember what these were dupes of, to be completely honest at this point. So in the description box down below, I will try to remember to note what these were dupes of. This first one here is Musky Musk. I think this is a dupe of a Juliette Has a Gun fragrance, I think it is. Don't quote me on that. Like I said, check the description box down below. I'll try to link, if these are still available, at least these full sizes that I'm showing to you guys here, I will try to link those down below. So if you're interested in purchasing these, check the description box. But this one here just is very musky. It's one of those like skin type fragrances that I think would be a great option, honestly, for Stella, because it's a little bit lighter. It's one of those fragrances that doesn't scream, hey, it's me, when you enter the room. So I think this is kind of a great one for her. It's also one that is really nice for playing with other fragrances. If you wanted to maybe add a little bit of a light musk vibe to something like this Hue fragrance, this would be a great thing to pair together. So this is really lovely for that. I used, I would say, a decent amount of this, but I just haven't reached for it. So we're gonna pass her along. Another one is Floral Violet. Now, this was a tough one because the notes on this one are watermelon, pomelo, strawberry, violet, gardenia, jasmine, musk, vanilla, and blonde woods. This one's really pretty. It's definitely fruity. And again, this one smells like young and fresh to my nose, which is why I think the girl living in the room next door here is really gonna enjoy this one. It's just a light, pretty type of fragrance. Really nice option for the spring. So I'm gonna pass that one along. This next one here, I feel like I have had forever. And I know that I have because the like the packaging is slightly different in terms of the typeface that they use to identify this fragrance. And I really, for as long as I've had this, like I've barely used it. This is quite fresh, but definitely floral at the same time. This is mint, blackcurrant, lemon, aquatic accord, peony, jasmine, pink pepper, cedarwood, and labdanum. I think the labdanum here, I don't really personally care for. It's not super prominent, but it's there. This is a nice scent. I don't think Stella is gonna like this one. So this is one that I imagine one of my girlfriends will probably pick up, but we'll see. Okay, powdery orange flower. Yeah, this one was tough. This actually has a really nice like orange flower neroli type note to it. And I do like it, but again, I just was not reaching for it. You guys, look how much is left of this. I want someone to love this. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. This is mandarin, bergamot, ginger, orange flower, white flowers, gardenia. I also love gardenia. The base is vanilla, tonka bean, and musks. This really is the type of fragrance, honestly, that based on the fragrance notes, I should just be like, I want to wear it every day, but I just didn't find myself reaching for it. I know, kind of heartbreaking. Okay, Gourmand White Flowers. This one has patchouli. You guys know how I feel about patchouli. I love it. I know a lot of people see patchouli and they just run the other way, but this is a beautiful, like, kind of perfumey patchouli. I don't like the dirty hippie patchouli either. Like if it's way too like earthy and musky and dirty smelling, that's a hard pass for me. But like beautiful perfumey patchouli, give me that any day. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Now I kind of want it. I actually smell that green tea in here right away. So this is bergamot, green tea, freesia, berries. I do appreciate that. Put the fragrance notes on here. It's kind of easier to identify the fragrance that way. The mid notes are white flowers, orchid, and rose. The base is musk, patchouli, caramel, and vanilla. Oh. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna keep it. No. Listen, this is how much I've used since I've purchased this, and there's just, no. It's so pretty. I love this patchouli in here. I really do, but I just was not reaching for it. This would be a lovely kind of romantic date night type of fragrance. I love the musk note in here. The vanilla makes the floral notes just a little bit softer. I really smell that green tea in here though, and it's lovely. It just plays so nicely with the floral notes for sure. Okay, no. I already put it in the basket. I gotta let go. Okay, this one here, Floral Marshmallow. This is one that I know Stella really likes, so I'm sacrificing it. But I might go in there to borrow it. I know she's gonna keep it on her bathroom counter, so I might go in there and borrow it from time to time. But this is Marshmallow, Neroli, and Bergamot. I love Neroli. We have Orange Blossom, Honeysuckle, Jasmine, Orris, and then the base is basically the holy trinity of things that I love. Amber, Vanilla, and Musk. Ooh, this is very musky. It's very, it's kind of a romantic fragrance. It's not like a young, pretty, like fruity or floral girly scent, really. This actually is kind of borderline unisex, I feel like. I'm trying to remember, for the life of me, I cannot remember what this is a dupe of. Oh, this is another one where I'm just like, I'm kind of second guessing myself, but I know she loves it, so I'm gonna give it to her. It is her birthday month, so she's gonna get like a birthday present that she can unwrap as well, but I know she's really gonna love all of this stuff. So, and that's it. These are the things that I found very easy to, well, obviously not so easy with a couple of these, but I found it somewhat easy to let go of these. I do have a couple of other fragrances that are in my kind of, you know, stash, so we'll see. Again, in another 6 months, I'm going to revisit all of my fragrances. Between now and then, I'm sure there's going to be several fragrances added to the collection. In fact, as you guys know, Sniff recently reached out and offered to send me some of their fragrances. So I still have their Tarte Deco to review, the Sweet Ash, and then the next one that's coming, you guys, is the Creme Couture. Ooh, I already know that I love this Creme Couture. I just have never smelled anything so gourmand and delicious in terms of personal fragrance. So, but yeah, I mean, there's gonna be a lot that's gonna be added in the coming months, especially with the Sephora sale coming up. So yeah, it was time to definitely do a little bit of a declutter. But anyway, let me know if you declutter your perfumes from time to time. Do you have any major regrets? Maybe something really expensive that you spent a lot of money on that now you're just like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have done that. Let me know down below. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. If you are new here, I would love it if you would take the time to subscribe. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.